All right, welcome back. I've tried to do a video yesterday and my internet went down midway through. So sorry you guys didn't get me. But either way, I'm back again. This time I've got a video from, can't remember the channel name, Court Cam TV. And it's titled Woman's Defiant Stance Doesn't Go Down Well with Judge. And so, for those of you who are new, hi, I'm Joe. I am an attorney licensed to practice in the state of Utah. This video takes place in the state of Michigan. And I believe this is Judge Elaine Washington's first appearance on my channel, at least. Although I'm very familiar with her just because, she's a frequent flyer on, say, Law Talk with Mike and various others. And I've got to say, I really, really like Judge Washington because often what makes a judge interesting for YouTube makes them a judge I don't care to practice in front of. Because, like, so Judge Washington might be one of my favorite judges because she's the kind I would want to practice in front of. Judge Middleton's another one. But, like, Judge Simpson, very entertaining, very smart, very caring. But frankly, if I'm in court, I don't like judges joking around because it's a serious situation. But I also don't like judges flying off the handle and really grilling into attorneys and stuff. It just, to me, it's not great. I like even keel, but not a pushover. And so I think Judge Washington is one of the best. And then we've also got Rachel McDuffie as the prosecutor here. I think she has an absolutely gorgeous voice. I'm always happy when I have court on in the background and I hear her. So with that, I don't think I've seen this clip. I may have, but I don't think I have. So we're going in blind. So let's do it.
Court will call the matter of the state of Michigan versus Appella Ward, case number 22 FB 1294.
Rachel McDuffie for the people.
Urquella. That's an interest.
This is a PD case. I'm not, this would be Mr. Lebos.
No problem, Your Honor. I'm so sorry. Assistant Public Defender Jay Bellinger on behalf of Ms. Ward, who appears via Zoom. Ms. Ward, can you please state your name for the record?
Urquella Ward.
Thank you. Good morning, Ms. Ward.
Good morning.
Ms. Ward is here for a review today, and it is my understanding that she has not provided proof of her community service hours and is upset that the court is requiring that she do the community service in light of her having to take care of her mother.
All right. So, like I said, I'm going in blind, but Judge Washington does a great job of providing us with the procedural posture of the case right off the bat. So it's a review hearing. So she is already guilty. We don't have to provide her with the presumption of innocence. She's guilty. She's either pled or been found guilty at trial. And she presumably I don't know what the charges are, so I'm not going to say she got off easy or not, but she's got community service that she doesn't want to do and thinks the court is rotten for actually expecting her to hold up her the requirements of her sentence. I mean, does she want the court to allow her to do drugs and, you know, drink beer or drive without a license or whatever, you know, whatever other probation requirements there were? Does she want Judge Washington to let her do those? Does she, you know, if there's geographic limitations on her probation, does she want Judge Washington to say, oh no, just, you know, go wherever you want, whenever you want, flee the county, whatever? Just so unreasonable expecting the court's sentence to happen.
Certainly, Your Honor, the notes that I have here are that she has not been able to do that due to her mother needing the 24-hour care. She's not been able to find any online options. She will obtain a doctor and submit to the court as soon as possible, is my understanding. I don't know if Ms. Ward has anything to add to that.
Anything from you, Ms. Ward?
I didn't, they didn't tell me that I had to, that I had an option for online. They stated that they were going to find me, online, something online for volunteer work. I wasn't supposed to find it. And I'm not upset, Your Honor. It's just that I can't do it. I'm not upset at all.
She sounds a little upset, but, you know, take the initiative. I mean, I've never been on probation, but, you know, I've represented a lot of people who end up on probation. If you're given a lot of latitude, they don't put you on the chain gang. They don't put you cleaning up the side of the freeway automatically. The probation will have a list. You can, I mean, you can call them up and say, hey, I need to do my community service at this time. Do you have anything arranged that I can slide in and do it? Or you can arrange your own. You can, you know, you call up a community center, call up a senior center and say, hey, can I, you know, lead bingo for the seniors as community service? And if the court accepts it, if your PO accepts it, you're golden. So you know, doing online is a bit harder, potentially, at least finding it, but, you know, your other responsibilities, while they may be important, you know, yeah, taking care of your mother is important, but hire someone, hire a nurse for 3 hours so you can go out. Ask your neighbor, hey, I've got community service. Can you lend a hand? People love to help people. But, you know, you're queen of the world and get to blow off the court because your mom needs you and only you all day, every day, no matter what. I'm not buying it.
Ms. Ward, you were convicted of a weapons offense in this particular case.
Correct.
And there are responsibilities that you have that you need to complete. If you don't complete them, then the option is to put you in custody.
Okay. Well,
Did she just roll her eyes there? And as Judge Washington said, if you don't complete your obligations, custody is the other option. And I doubt your mom wants to go, you know, if you're the only one who can take care of her, does she go into custody with you? I doubt it.
if I can, I mean, Your Honor, what do you want me to do? I can't do it on,
Ms. Ward,
if they give me option, I mean, if they can find something for me online, then I will do
No one
it.
is
But
finding anything for you, Ms. Ward. You're confused about how this works. This is an
they
order. of
stated to
court.
me
Ms.
that they
Ward,
were going to find it.
I'd recommend not talking
Well,
back to the court.
not just don't talk back to the court, don't talk over the court. I mean, Judge Washington, like I said, she has a very calm, even, steady demeanor. But she's not a pushover. She's not going to take it. Such attitude.
Hmm.
Your Honor, I can't, if I could, I would do the time. I mean, the volunteer work or what is it? I don't know.
Community service, and Your Honor,
Community service. I would do it, but I'm not able to do it right now. I'm not.
Your Honor,
I just can't.
Your Honor, I'm talking over Ms. Ward to encourage her to stop talking for her own sake. But I'll also refer to my notes from our last hearing, because I had brought up, I was actually the one that brought up the possibility of perhaps something existing online that she could do. My notes state that Your Honor told her she needs to talk to her attorney about those options. Mr. Lebo did say that he was going to reach out to her with to discuss that possibility. So if there has been a misunderstanding about what that private communication was supposed to be, to some extent, my notes are actually somewhat consistent with that. But I think it's also clear at this point that there needs to be some sort of initiative taken to at the least reach out to counsel. So I'm just, that's all for me.
Imagine being so just talking out of turn, self-snitching, to the point the prosecutor interrupts and says, Your Honor, I'm trying to shut the defendant up so that she doesn't get herself in more trouble. When the prosecutor's trying to do you a solid like that, you know you're screwing up. And right as I paused, it sounds like she's gonna show a lot more attitude. But as Prosecutor McDuffie said, you know, her public defender, who is not Mr. Ballinger, it was a different PD, said maybe we can find something. But she needed to reach out to him. She thinks it's his problem. It's his responsibility. She's just going to sit there waiting for an answer to fall into her lap. It's her probation. She needs to take the initiative, but she doesn't care. She's not taking it seriously. I'll do the hours if it's convenient for me. If it's convenient. Otherwise, screw you, court. You can do why doesn't Judge Washington do the hours for her? That's a solution.
Your Honor, I would be asking for a little more time on this, that we reset this review hearing to such time as we can speak with Ms. Ward about her options, be it online, in person, whatever she needs to do to come back into compliance, so that she can be successful with this. I understand that she has hardships, but the court needs to take priority, and we need to just have a conversation about that.
Ms. Ward will be here on November 9th in person, 2023 at 10 o'clock a.m. Ma'am, you need to work on that community service as you were ordered to do. And if you don't, then at that time you'll be taken into custody. And if you don't show, I'm going to issue a bench warrant for your arrest.
All right.
What do you think? Is she going to show on November 9th? Because her attitude as her attorney was speaking, she's not taking it seriously. She does not care. She does not think she has to do this. But I mean, is she even going to show up on November 9th? Because, she's going to have to find someone to care for her mother, because her mother needs 24/7 care. Round the clock. No one else. I mean, I hate to do this, but she's doing the Kim Blandino defense. Kim Blandino, Your Honor, you can't send me to jail because I look after a 90-some-year-old woman, and if you send me to jail, she's going to die.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So on September 7th, Mr. Palmer pled guilty to the violation of the sober link violation and non-reporting. Have you had an opportunity to review the recommendation for today?
I have, Your Honor, and
All right. I think it looks like that's the end of that hearing. And she's going into another one. I think we'll leave it there. But just the attitude on this woman. For those of you who just listen in the background, you may not have caught it as much. I mean, she definitely had attitude speaking with Judge Washington. She took a tone with her, but her facial expressions and mannerisms just were shouting to the court. I mentioned yesterday that, or I mentioned at the start of the video that I tried recording a video yesterday, but the internet went out on me midway through. So number one, the YouTube video wasn't working, but also StreamYard, which I use to record, is a browser-based software, so it didn't work either. But one of the points I made in that attempted video is it's both an advantage and a disadvantage of Zoom court is if you're in person, the judge can see you, yeah, but you're sitting 15, 20 feet away. So they're not seeing you up close, every eye roll, every little facial expression. They'll miss some of them. But when you're in 4K on a computer screen right in front of them, they see you. That eye roll, that scowl, she sees it. It's right in front of her, and you're not doing yourself any favors. When you're shaking your head, when your attorney's speaking, he's trying to help you. I mean, ugh. I've mentioned before, one of the reasons that I prefer being in person as opposed to, we don't have Zoom court in Utah, we have WebEx court, which the nation was introduced to in the Ruby Franke initial appearance, where it crashed because it was overwhelmed. But I like standing at the lectern next to my client so that if they start talking, I can elbow them and whisper, "Shut up." I can't do that on Zoom or WebEx or whatever. Sometimes the client really needs it. So with that, thanks for joining me. Do all the YouTube-y things that I always forget to remind you to do right at the start. Like, share, subscribe, and I will see you soon with the next one. Bye-bye.